people are trying to wake me up. So don't bother trying to wake people up. Wait until you get to something that's relevant to what's actually important to them. You know, it's like, otherwise you're just wasting energy.
That's true.
Right.
Because people try to inflict their will. And it's just, dude, how does this affect me?
Make a friend.
Interesting.
Find out what they're excited about and ask them a relevant question. Go from there. All right. So, after thousands of conversations and how to wake people up, I've realized that's the ideal formula. So, okay, take a deep breath. And I've now moved to Florida, 2017, and it's a culture shock because it's incredibly status, incredibly huge facades on people. How do I make friends? And
here in South Florida?
Yeah. Eventually I end up working as a rideshare driver, and I'm driving around South Florida, and the mask mandates start coming out, and it's like, okay, but the ones that we were trained in the military that will save our lives, don't use those. Just use this paper one. Okay. No. And so I started asking questions, 1,000 questions.
Yeah.
So one question leads to 1,000 questions. And so March, we start getting some lockdowns. And then by October, I meet Zach Voorhees, the Google whistleblower, and he was at a dinner in Fort Lauderdale. And I said, look, you're the number one person fighting against the biggest company on the planet, and you're protecting the First Amendment right to speech. I served 8 years in the military trying to protect the Constitution from all enemies, foreign and domestic. I'm like, wow, like I'm stopping everything I'm doing at this moment. I'm helping you.
Wow. And
so like I meet Zach and I meet two investigative journalists, and we start working together as a team. And so now like 24/7, we travel as a team. I'm the driver. They're in my ride share, and we're going everywhere. And so trying to set up speaking engagements for Zach.
Trying to like raise awareness.
Yes. And so we set up a lawsuit.
Okay.
Raised $137,000 in 7 days. And this case goes before a judge who delays 30, 60, 90 days, basically kicks the can down the road as far as they can. And then says Section 230, they can do whatever they want. Wow. And it's like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on a second. Wow. And so looking back, it's going back to 1871, the Organic Act of 1871, and it's like, whoa, that's where the two train tracks. So we had one set of train tracks was the Constitution, and now we have two sets of train tracks, which is the corporation and the Constitution. So the corporation is over top the Constitution. What? And so 9 times out of 10, we get an unfair situation, and we've been trained into obedience, and we just get railroaded.
Because that's the way it is. But so my question to you, that's crazy, by the way. Wow. What was like he whistleblowing? Like, what was the case? What were they doing?
So Zach, if you want to check out Zach Voorhees, the book is Google Leaks, Leaks, Google Leaks. So he found the blacklist file back in 2017, 2018, and it's everything that the search engine is hiding from you on that platform and their video platform. So, the one with the initials Y and T, because I'm gonna be a little bit careful how I word some of these things
because we know who these people are. Well,
yeah, there's algorithms that can make me quiet.
Yeah, it's true, bro. But like, I'm willing to talk about it because I think it's important.
Yeah,
like who like the blacklist? Like, great, they banned certain things, but like, were there things on there that were like good for humanity? Like, what was the big?
So yeah,
I'm just curious.
I'll just go over what's already been said, which was the truth about the Las Vegas shooting. There's a lot of names that you can't search. There's the cures for a certain disease, like 6,000 of them. And then there's like where if you're a certain citizen from a certain country, you can't even look up your own amendments because it's a important issue. So those are just 3 examples. So we've got one that's a false flag. We've got one that's a major health-related issue, and then we've got another one that is a major political issue. And so
that makes me insane crazy, bro, because I've always had like an inkling about that, like censorship and like but like to know it's like a real thing.
You've got
crazy.
Free speech if you're talking face to face with somebody.
Yeah.
And so now once I got, let's say, red flagged, or let's say I got red lighted, because people don't know about social credit score. So over in certain part of the world, they are obvious about the social credit score. And if you're compliant, you get a green light. If you're disobedient, you get a red light. And so let's say you're using an app in America and you do something that's red light behavior and that's not in compliance to a certain policy.
Yeah.
And so, let's say one rideshare company realized that I crossed a red light thing, and now all of a sudden I'm no longer working for that rideshare company. And it's like, okay, well, I'll switch to the other one.
We're in the garden. It's existential.